What we're doing right here is we're clearing the counters inside of the print head. So it says right here it's actually successful. So we're gonna go to the actual ink tube. Go ahead and clear that out. Well, actually, we're gonna go to the ink selector, clear that out first, and then we'll go to the other ones. So we go in sync. Print head, ink selector assembly, or whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna go ahead and clear this out. But I said at the same time, when you clear this, make sure that you preserve the NVRAM, because if you don't, it may not support, and you probably have some issues that's going on. So we already had done this. This was the first step that we did, just in case we have any problems with that. So you guys stay tuned for more. We'll go ahead and clear the rest of these counters, and we'll get back. So now, you just seen the first part in the video. We setting the counters in the print head, and we also set the counters in the ink tube selector as well in the ink tube. So there's 3 different counters we reset it, and you have to do this when you change your print head, especially when you buy a used print head from somebody and you putting it in another printer. Even though it's the same print head and it's the same amount of channels, but you still will have to actually go in and set the counters to keep everything running smooth. I explained that in some small bit of a detail, but the training that I offer is very important to you guys. So when you have these printers, you can assessate what's going on, troubleshooting all the way from A to Z. The best knowledge that I have that I can offer you guys. And like I tell you, it's real tedious. This right here is not an easy walk in the park sometimes. Sometimes it can be kind of, you know, little bit over the head, but we're gonna bring it back down to you guys and try to break it down in the simplest form that I can explain it to you guys, so you can understand what's really going on with the DTF print heads. Excuse me, for the type of printer that you actually printing with, for you can keep on running and, you know, be able to at least get through a print session and say, hey, the print head is shot out, but now I know what I need to do to change it. Or maybe I can go ahead and flush it out, take it apart, which really is not recommended, but it's ways around things you can do, and I can help you with that. So if you do flush your print head out, you would not blow your motherboard out when you put it back together. So I have that type of information that I can share with you guys. So you guys need to get the training. Contact me, call me up. Numbers at the top of the website, FOMDTF.com. You guys need the training. You guys understand that it's real tedious when it comes to keeping these printers running. And hey, somebody's got to help you out and figure it out. So you guys stay tuned for more and watch more of the videos. What we did also, we flushed out the actual ink tubes on this printer right here, and we went and did initial fill and brought new fresh ink back inside the actual lines. So now, as well, as you can see, it says successful because we went and reset how many times ink has actually passed through these tubes. So it's a different type of different things you're gonna have to understand. And this is part of the training as well that I tell you guys, that I speak about. So it's very important. And you also need to have this software. So this is very important as well too. So we can continue to do this process, guys, and you guys just stay tuned for more. If you want the training, you need any questions about this software and why it's important, make sure you hit me up. Stay tuned for more. So what I did, I finished setting the ink counters on this actual print head and the ink tubes and the ink selector. So now that we're done with this right here, we're gonna go ahead and get to the business. So sorry about the camera angle, guys, but it's been cold and had to get everything right and have everything, you know, up and running how it's supposed to. But yeah, so let me go ahead and set my laptop up here, and we're gonna power the printer back on. And then after we do that right there, we're gonna go ahead and see how successful this was, which I know it's gonna be very successful. But this is one of the things you guys gotta understand about when you're running these printers, and you want to figure out what you need to do to try to keep everything up and running, up and going. And sometimes you have to do maintenance, and when you change the print head, or when you flush the ink tubes, flush the ink selector, or change the ink selector, or change the print head, you need to do this maintenance as well. And sometimes it has to be dealing with software and not just physical maintenance on the printer. It probably can be both, you know. So that's just what it is. So now we're waking the printer up, and we had a pretty good run with this printer. So what we was doing, we had to change the actual ink selector, actual print head, and we had to go ahead and flush out the actual ink tubes, bring more ink back in, fresh ink, get everything up and running, prime the print head, get everything good with the actual initial fill. That became successful as well. So now what we doing, powering the printer back on, and we're gonna go ahead and do a couple more, you know, tests or whatnot to get this printer back up and running. So you guys stay tuned for more. If you like the videos, give me a like. If you subscribe to the channel, make sure you turn on notifications to all so you get new content about to drop. And go watch the old videos. Go watch the old videos as well. So let me give you guys a little test of what we got and what it's looking like right now before we end this video. You basically have the printer that's set up right here. We also have the film already here set up with the printer, and we did a little, you know, like I said, we reset the actual ink selector, the actual, how many times it actual, you know, it's printing. We selected all, I mean, we reset everything as it's a brand new printer. So that's what we did. So other than that, we're gonna go ahead and finish getting this printer together, and you guys stay tuned for more. Thank you.